Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 9 in the book of Deuteronomy. Today we're going to ask a tough question. Why did the Lord set his affection upon you? So we've been watching in Deuteronomy chapter 3 as God exercises harem, which is a Hebrew word for deserving destruction. So he's demonstrating this destruction of an evil people group to demonstrate his hesed, his faithful love, to a similarly undeserving people group. So overall, God is holy, and he cares about the holiness of those that he associates with. And he's making himself a people to dwell with, so as to redeem them. Why? Why this singular group of people? Why? So that he can eventually save the world. So the people of God are going to have to fight for a place for God, that's Israel, until the Lord gives peace of God amongst men. So we watched the destruction of Og and Sihon, two kings. Why did he have to destroy them? Well, so that he could come and get you. Why did he destroy Sihon? Well, so he could demonstrate his love for you. And so that he could set his affection upon the people of Israel, so that someday he could set his affection upon you. Now, this is nicely explained in Deuteronomy chapter 7, so I'm actually skipping ahead. We were in Deuteronomy 3, but now we're going to go to 7 today, 7:1. When the Lord your God brings you into the land you are entering to take possession of, the promised land, and clears away the many nations before you, then he lists 7 of those, the 7 nations which are more numerous and mightier than you are, and when the Lord your God gives them over to you and you defeat them, then you must devote them to complete destruction. You shall make no covenant with them, show them no mercy, you shall not intermarry with them, for they would turn away your sons from following me to serve other gods. Then the anger of the Lord would be kindled against you, and he would destroy you quickly. But thus shall you deal with them. You shall break down their altars and dash in pieces their pillars and chop down their asherim and burn their carved images with fire. So get rid of all their idols. So what and who and why is Israel? Well, God cares about the holiness of those that he associates with. So regarding these conquered people, show them no mercy, don't intermarry, and don't misworship. So keep your hands off their worship, their women, and their wealth, and so that your hand doesn't stick to it. There's a little phrase from Deuteronomy chapter 13. So now let me go back to Deuteronomy chapter 7 here and finish then. And he talks about Israel. So he says, devote those people to destruction. But let me tell you about you guys. For you are a holy people, a people holy to the Lord your God. The Lord your God has chosen you to be a people for his treasured possession. So beautiful. Out of all the peoples who are on the face of the earth, it was not because you were more in number than any other people that the Lord set his love upon you and chose you, for you were the fewest of all people. But it is because the Lord loves you and is keeping the oath that he has sworn to your fathers, that the Lord has brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you from the house of slavery, from the hand of the Pharaoh, of the king of Egypt. Know therefore that the Lord your God is God, the faithful God, who keeps covenant and steadfast love with those who love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations, and repays to their face those who hate him. So we're talking now about those kings Og and Sihon and the other 7 that are going to be in the promised land. He's going to repay to their face those who hate him by destroying them. He will not be slack with one who hates him. He will repay him to his face. You shall therefore be careful to do the commandment and the statutes and the rules that I command you today. Okay, so we're under this concept of harem, which is this necessary concept for the contact of the holy to an unholy people. So one of the two things has to happen. Either the unholy has to be sanctified, made holy, and set apart, or the unholy thing needs to be devoted to destruction and annihilated. So the only way that this devotion to destruction can be understood is in this overarching, surpassing, gigantic holiness of God. And kind of the more unpalatable that it seems to us that Og and Sihon are destroyed, the more it probably demonstrates our small understanding of both the holiness and the purity of God, as well as the fallenness, how fallen we are. So remember this. Holiness is the prerequisite for his presence, and God purifies this land of the unholy so that his presence can reside and rule there. Now, I credit Steve Hyatt for his help with this line and many of the other concepts. The king of the world is just when he enacts judgment on those who he created who have committed cosmic treason against him. I like that. All right, so why did God have to destroy Og? So he could come and get you. Why did he destroy Sihon? So he could demonstrate his love for you. So of note, the Father harems or devotes to destruction Jesus. He devotes him in his sin-bearing capacity to utter destruction, to sin annihilation. And he separates once and for all the holiness of God from the sin that Jesus bears. So why does our good Lord set his love upon you? Certainly it demonstrates his characters that glorify him. Why does the Lord make Israel and later believers his treasured possession? Well, certainly his steadfast love. Why does he join his love to us? Humbly, I don't have the full answer to this question to my satisfaction. And why does he desire to affectionately fasten himself to us? Perhaps it's going to be the first question that I'm going to ask when I get to heaven. Join me there.